yesterday. He put up a point. He played pretty good, but you could tell he's a little rusty. He was on vacation the last like 10 days. Just hasn't really been watching the games, playing the map much. You kind of tell he was getting a little bit warmed up. So we'll see if he comes kicking today a little bit tougher versus Zedd. Both of Burg's matches today are against two of the lower ranked players here in the pro bracket. Both Zedd and Artie, in lack of a more polite term, have been getting kicked around a little bit, both on a few losses here. So these games, we'll see. We'll see how the dust settles on these. Burg coming right out with this this conscript opening, which we've seen kind of slowly develop as the meta on this map. I think it's a great move here to get down and try to harass that oil early on. If you can do that, it's going to give you a nice economic advantage here. And without being able to build off that oil, if the opponent gets down there and you don't contend it early, you're just going to lose it. And so Burg, that's a nice hit. Right away, Soviet versus Soviet, we know things are so even. Taking out a player's oil is obviously very, very big. Okay. So now we do have pretty even so far here, but Burg is slightly up on his build, it looks like. And taking out that oil is very nice. And Burg does build down to that higher ground on that bottom cliff. We've talked about how difficult it can be. Players kind of struggle with getting up there. If you want to get on that bottom cliff, you got to get right flush to the cliff itself. But then it's nice. I think that bunker, that's a perfect bunker position. If Zedd tries to drive through the lower ground there, he's going to get some chip damage. Obviously, if he tries to harass the top side, he's going to take some damage. So I think that's a nice nice map control. It's definitely the move if you are up and you do have the army to support a more, kind of advanced, aggressive base build. Zedd working his way towards the top side. Both players with a nice spread here. They don't have too many oils in dangerous positions. Both players obviously just tried and true on blitz maps, and they kind of understand the idea behind obviously spreading out your oils.
Reporting.
Okay. Wait, washing that game without... Artie, what are you and Lloyd saying? What's washing the game mean? Alright, so Kirov now in super early attack here, so we see Burg bringing out the Soviet Trident as he brings out the Battle Lab IC Naval Yard. We're going to see a Dreadnought coming and the Kirov. Kirov gets in, doesn't do much, but, we talked about that. The Kirov has a very critical role in the mid-game, which is a very early mid-game here, is we're at the 3-minute mark. But on this map, with the economic kickstart these players get from those oils, we are seeing these games just move like almost twice as fast as regular maps. Players getting into their tech that much earlier. But that Kirov's big because it forces the opponent to switch over to flak tracks. And the process of doing that, it can give you a leg up on Rhinos. As I say that, Burg is behind on Rhinos pretty significantly here. He does get that Dreadnought in to take out one War Factory. So now he gets in and targets those flak tracks, which is nice. Just kind of a little drive-through mission there. Takes out some flak tracks. But Burg is behind on tank slightly here. You see him playing a bit more defensive. He's got quite a few Desolators out in good positions here. So Burg gets his flak tracks over to take out this Kirov. Very, very even match so far. Nice and back and forth, but Burg definitely in the driver's seat here, and he does have the Iron Curtain advantage, so here comes Burg with this Iron Curtain. It's all going to come down to how Zedd uses his force shield here and what Burg can get done. There's a lot of juicy targets here. Very nice force shield there from Zedd. Burg tries to take out Zedd's army. Zedd doing a great job of maneuvering his tanks around. Can he save the MCV here? Wow, he does save the MCV, and Burg does not get much value out of that. And you see Zedd considering a counter punch here, looking to get downfield, try to make him pay for it. But now Zedd realizing he's way up on his army, he's going to go target these final tanks, and now Burg is very much on the defensive. He has a lot of Desolators to slow down this position, but Zedd's turn with the Iron Curtain now. Iron Curtain coming here very, very quickly. Desolators out. Zedd doesn't have his Iron Curtain ready quite yet, so now the Iron Curtain's ready, but now Burg is in Zedd's base. Can he get the Iron Curtain before Zedd can use it? So forces Zedd to use the Iron Curtain defensively. Zedd Iron Curtains his own Iron Curtain, having a bit of lag here, unfortunate during such a close battle here. So now Zedd's still up on his army. Yes, we are having a bit of lag here, but so far very, very close, very even. Burg getting himself slightly behind in some of these positions, but is able to come out of it very comfortably here, using those Desolators, using his Iron Curtains well, and then getting damage on with this Dreadnought. Dreadnought out again from Burg, and going to take out one War Factory, possibly two. Zedd does not have much anti-air. Kirov now making its way towards Zedd's base, or towards towards Burg's base. Burg has a little bit of flak on it already, and Burg uses his Iron Curtain now. Gonna target Zedd's Iron Curtain. Does Zedd have a Force Shield ready? Zedd does not use the Force Shield, loses the Iron Curtain, loses another War Factory. Burg pulling out now, but Zedd with his own dreadnoughts now doing some work here, but we do see Burg with a few flat cans to counter these dreadnoughts, so Burg definitely doing a better job of countering the dreadnoughts. Zedd definitely with a tank advantage right now, but look at Burg's turtle shell. He's got multiple nuclear reactors and a ton of Tesla coils. Very comfortable playing a more defensive game, using his Iron Curtain and his dreadnoughts to try to pick Zedd apart here. Very, very tight game as we hit the 6-minute mark here. Pretty even. I think Zedd has somehow kind of stayed ahead on tanks, but Burg's done a great job of holding the position and getting offensive plays when he can. So Burg now pushing into quite a bit of radiation. Gonna dive on this oil bottom right. Keep an eye on this. It's gonna be a nice chain reaction. Takes 2 War Factories out. Very nice hit from Burg. And now we see, so Zedd is now desoing his own dreadnoughts in the bottom right while trying to hold off Burg's attack. Zedd definitely has less of a defensive hold, less defensive structures, but Burg just doesn't really have much of an army. Burg's on 5 War Factories, and I just don't really see much coming. Okay, Iron Curtain now for Burg. Okay, so Burg again gonna take the Iron Curtain. Oh, Force Shield, very nice Force Shield from Zedd. Burg's gonna try to dive on an oil. I like this from Burg, how aggressive he's playing it here. Oh, does he get that? Wow, he doesn't get that oil, but look how many Kirovs Burg has coming right now. Oh my God, this is an absolute banger of a match right now. Lots of Kirovs coming, but there's a lot of flak there. I don't think Burg can push through. And now Zedd on a lot of his own radiation in the bottom right, and Burg out with his own Desolators to slow him down. Zedd cannot get a counter punch through, but these flak tracks are doing so much damage right now. Burg could consider trying to work down the middle and trying to target those flak tracks. Dreadnoughts out now. Zedd using his Dreadnoughts to try to counter these Desolators. Very, very interesting. Both players looking tough here, but neither player really finding a way to crack through the shell here. We do hit the 2-minute mark here, and Zedd, I mean, this has been all offense for Burg. You know, this is Zedd's first attack. He gets almost nothing out of it. Zedd just has not put up any offense so far this series. He's just been able to hold some positions, but Burg now on a lot of radiation. Burg coming in again. Burg does not have an Iron Curtain here, so he is just like going full bore. Gonna hit this MCV. Does dive and get the MCV without an Iron Curtain, and Burg is just like, Burg is going so hard right now, and like really doesn't have the troops to justify the things that he's doing, but it is working. I think it's kind of throwing Zedd off. Like, Zedd doesn't expect you just to drive in recklessly without an Iron Curtain like that, but obviously it worked. So now without an MCV, the question is, does Burg have a way of closing out this position? Another Iron Curtain coming. So now without an MCV, Burg can finally start getting some stuff done. We will see a Force Shield here. So a Force Shield, what is Burg's next target? Yeah, he wants that oil. That oil is pretty juicy here. If he could get Zedd low power, that would be huge as well. That oil just not going down. So he does get the oil, switches over and gets the Iron Curtain as well. But you guys, there's only about 2 minutes left in this game. Burg on a lot of his own radiation topside. So now Burg's got a wave coming in. Can Burg close this game out? It's going to be so close just because of the time. Burg definitely pulling ahead here, though. He just has to make some really, really good decisions here. Going to take that oil. That'll be a nice chain reaction. 2 War Factories go down. Zedd without much to defend himself. Zedd's got a Kirov, but that's, oh, massive chain reaction. And Burg with a minute left in this game. Burg does take it home. Wow, what an absolute banger of a match. Well played by both players. Burg was just on a rampage for 10 minutes straight. But at the same time, I mean, Burg played so well. And for it to be that close, that's what really tells you how well Zedd played. I mean, if when you have an opponent like that playing on Burg's level, to have the game go that long and be that close, it tells you that Zedd is also very, very dialed in. Absolutely beautiful by both players. Hats off. These guys putting on a show for us.